Right, so we're in my little paint shack, hence the echo. Tank liner done. Late last night I poured in the remnants and give that a swirl around. This morning I've rubbed down, got rid of that old primer that I had on it. I'm struggling to focus, come on. Yeah, give me my arm to focus on, there we go. Too much black in here. Yeah, lighting's not great, it doesn't film particularly well in here. My phone is really struggling, but it's had some etch primer on it to start with, a bit of filler primer over the top. I've pretty much done the black out now. What I will do, is try and show my dappling effect. I've got my Cam Brush Candy Purple as well, so hopefully by the end of this video we should have it pretty well set up. I haven't got any lacquer as yet. It's probably a good thing. I'll let it cure properly. It is cooking quite nicely under my patio heater. Oh, there you go. I'm actually, no, it's really struggling to focus. Cool. Right, I'm going to let that cure properly under the heater, and then I'll break out my carrier bags and my silver paint. We'll get dappling. I have looked at doing like stripes and bits and pieces, but no, I'm going to keep it simple and just dapple the lot and see how we go. Right, I'll give that about half hour or so. Okay, I've got you slung up at a slightly odd point up in my rafters even. Just some cheapy silver, doesn't really matter. Glittery stuff kind of works well, but you've got to bear in mind that there is going to be a candy coat over the top and lacquer, which you are going to rub back. So you don't want anything with too much texture, because otherwise when you rub back you're going to hit the silver or indeed the black. So you know, you do need a fair amount of paint on it. Bag wise, cheaper the better. Something thin and nasty, and it's just a case of chuck a bit on, dab it on, stick a glove on, because you are going to end up painting your own hand, which is neither big nor clever. And it is entirely up to you how much or how little you do. I tend to find that more is better than less, but that's kind of a personal preference thing. What you do want to do is when you hit blobs, because you will, just try and even it out a little bit, because you don't want too much build up, because like I say, when you rub it down, that's the point where you don't want to be rubbing down into the silver, because it will stick out. Not quite, you know, not quite horse's cock, but it will. You will see it. Yeah, and it's really just a case of do as much or indeed as little as you want. Now, I have in the past, you know, stylised it and tried to leave sides empty and bits and pieces like that, but for what it's worth, for what little it's worth, I think the areas that you don't do it, where it's just black underneath, doesn't look very good when you put the candy coat over the top. It just looks a little bit, it doesn't look either colour, it doesn't look black. And it doesn't look the candy coat, it just looks, it's a difficult thing to explain. I don't think it looks very good. That's an easier way of putting it. Yeah, I just think it looks better to not have the the large expanses where there's nothing. But that's, you know, that's my own opinion. I've got no way of backing that up or proving one way or another. Right, I'm gonna either, I'm just trying to hold it down because I'm always scared of knocking it over. No particular reason. Right, I'll probably just fast forward you through this so I don't have to feel like I have to fill dodgy explanations. And actually my light is probably in the worst possible place for this filming. Let's see, I don't want to move too much above. That's hot. I don't want to move too much above my paint, obviously. I do have a clean board above it to try and stop all the natural crap from this roof falling on it, but I have deliberately set up my lighting so I can move it depending on what I'm doing. That's better. You can actually see a bit more now. I do have it set up for me on that side, but I'm not used to having a camera on in the rafters. Should have thought of that earlier. My cinematography has never been a particularly strong point. Filming has always been a second order of doing, because this is a hobby channel, not a make me money channel. Otherwise I would do memberships, Patreon and all the other stuff that everyone does. I think that would really serve to turn my hobby into a pseudo business. I don't want to do that. This is supposed to be fun. For me, if not you. Alright, I don't think we're far off. Right, I'm done. I'm gonna sort my glove out. Look at that, look at that. Years of dog walking and handling dog poos. Right, I'm going to leave that, I'm going to turn the heater back on, leave that to dry, and then I'm heating up the purple, warming up, sorry. I'll give that 10 minutes or so, and then I'll start whacking on the purple. Right, so there we go, there's coat one. I'm not going to show spraying all the time because it gets dull to watch, let alone film. So one coat, nice and light. I love this stuff, I love Can Brush. I'm not sponsored, I wish I was. I'd love to get it cheaper, but you just need to be a bit careful spraying it. So it is not Halfords, which most Halfords, and particularly black and satin black and things like that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. It's very difficult to get a run. You can, it's not, I don't want to challenge you. This stuff runs really easy because it comes out so thick. And I know people get huffy about using terminology like tack coats and things like that, but fundamentally several thin layers is better than one big one, or you will be rubbing away runs. Thin coat, give it time to flash, give it time to cure. Doesn't need a lot, only needs sort of 10 minutes or so, particularly when you happen to have a just off shop patio heater blasting down on it. Keep it nice and warm, keep the can warm. Yeah, several thin layers are better than trying to do it in Del Boy thick coats. Right, I'm going to give that 10 minutes, and I'll probably keep dropping you in and out, or I might just show you at the end. It's yeah, we'll see. Okay, so there we go. I think that's 4 coats. It's a full can, but you know, my road gallery, if you like. Etch primer to start with because I'm on bare metal. I appear to have some sort of air display going on above me. A little bit of filler because I gave it a quick rub down once I was done. There aren't, you know, I've done no repairs on the tank. There's a couple of little bits and pieces as an old tank, but that's fine. A bit of filler primer over the top. I then rubbed it down. I'm not a big fan of rubbing down between coats. I don't see the point. I'm probably wrong, but I just key it off a little bit after filler. It seems to work fine with me. Then I've got my cam brush specials. So I've got the flat black to start with. Again, being slightly careful because it will run if you're over exuberant with it. So lots of thin coats better than few fat coats, if you like. That's what I've used for the silver this time. I don't think it particularly matters. Metallic-y one I think looks a little bit better, but I do find that if I'm rubbing down, I do tend to find the flakes. And my candy, and I've gone for purple this time, which is broadly, you know, never believe a sticker, but it's broadly that. What I've ended up with is this. Now this is wet. I'm not doing a Del Boy down and down and down. It's wet, so it's going to look better than the lens to start with. You can see me, if nothing else. But you know, it's a good. Oh, look at that! Nice little bit of light there, showing the inconsistencies and the lack of reflections. I'm happy with that. You know, it's absolutely fine. I still need a lacquer coat over the top. Now I'm going to let that cure for, you know, at least 24 hours. Well, I mean, fundamentally it's not here and it's currently Sunday, so it might arrive tomorrow, whatever. It depends how work's going, how life's going, how kids are going, etc, etc. But I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave that going. I'm going to put the heater down to 1 just to keep the chill out of the room, if nothing else. Painting in November is not a great idea, but you do what you can do. I'm not in a dust-free environment, so I'm not wearing a paint suit, as you can see from the reflection. I have done what I can. I'm in a dusty room. I'm not kicking up too much. I have put a non-dusty thing over the roof so that crap won't fall on it from a cheap roof. This is just doing what you can with what you got on anything else, but I think that's quite a nice result. Look at that. It is orange peel, but you will see on past videos on paint that I've done and future videos that I will do on this one, orange peel is absolutely fine because you can rub it down. It's not a problem at all. Once I've got the lacquer, I'll chuck that on as well. God, I think we're being attacked. We're getting dive bombed. Cam brush does claim petrol resistance. I have, a good couple of years ago, put a video up on testing it, and it's really very good. So I may well not even bother getting some 2K petrol proof, etc, etc. I might just use lacquer on it because it does a good enough job. For most things, so you know it will withstand a splash of petrol if you get it wrong, as long as you wipe it off in decent time, i.e. within sort of 10-15 minutes type thing. You don't have to do it immediately and shit yourself, but that'll do me. Hello. Look at that, the reflection was that good I even breathed in. So you didn't see me gut. Right, happy with that. That'll do me for, I'm going to have to cut a load of this out because I've effectively got a lined tank, or tank lining and tank painting together. As far as the lining's concerned, take my ball gag out. It's got my teeth marks in it and everything. It's really hard to show you, but broadly, you know, I'm happy with that. In fact, actually, I've got some spillage from when I was doing it, and it's rubbery. Thank you very much. So I was unsure about the first coat. It's like chewing gum. When you get chewing gum on a bench or something like that, it's good stuff. Boing. I don't want to flick it too much. I don't want to flick dust over my paint, but it's fine. I've got flakes of the old stuff in there, but they're now glued in. Again, the problem with this tank wasn't on the inside. The leak was around the petcock, which hopefully I will cure as well. But I just didn't want to put too much effort in painting a tank that was crappy on the inside. That tank has now got a nice layer on the inside. It's got a few flecks of the old stuff in it, but it's, you know, the rubbery sensation will keep that all together. Right, happy. I don't know if I'm going to do this in one upload or in two, but we will see. Right, cheers all. I'll catch you later on. Ta-da.